What an atmosphere. I mean, you look up there and we were sitting there right before game time. I looked at Ryan Helmthal, one of my assistants. I said, let's just keep building this thing, you know, and it was a sense of pride where I was able to look at the team. And we had done some things prior to the game that I knew that we really had each other's back. And man, the community came out today. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, my daughter had a volleyball game. My other daughter had a game at the Y. My son has a game I'm about to go see right now. My other daughter has a game tonight as well. All right. So I say that because I know everyone in there has something to do. And they chose to be here today at some point, whether it was for a half, first half, whatever the case may be. And it helped. It was huge. We're down 26 to 13, 26 to 10, something like that. We go on that little run. We go into halftime, and the place was going nuts on BT's shot. All right, this is our team, and we just got to keep on doing it. So I'm not gonna not say that as the opening statement. I thought they came in. They really hurt us in transition initially. They had some screens on the baseline that we just didn't navigate the way we needed to navigate. The good thing was we didn't get frustrated and hang our heads. We got frustrated that we weren't guarding things the right way. And we weren't scoring great, but we were still kind of getting some looks that we liked. And it was we had 3 turnovers pretty early. I looked up at one point, I think we had 5 or 6, soon after. And we kind of righted the ship. Going into halftime with his 3 was huge. And then we came out, I think we took the lead. And then we lost the lead by 2 or 4, and we bounced right back. So heck of an atmosphere, heck of a team win. Really proud of these guys.
Arnie, you had that big dunk in the second half. It really got the crowd going. Can you just talk about how good it felt to start down like that?
Well, first off, that one miss I shot over the backboard and hit nothing but rim. That really pushed me. Then the blocks pushed me, and then eventually we got a play call. Never ran that play. First time I ran was successful, and so we just went to it. Before the play, I was like, I'm going to dunk this, and I did.
And I did. All right, so, Brian, you had 22. I think that's 1 point off your season high. Can you talk about your performance tonight?
Talking about my performance tonight. Man, I just really just want to show up for my team. This is just the group of guys that when you go out there and play, it's just you just feel the energy from the crowd, from the locker room, just every single time I just lace up, and I really do just genuinely just want to be able to put myself in that position to just go out there and execute whatever the task is at hand, whether that's scoring, facilitating, playing defense, whatever it is. I'm just ready to tackle it on. And so I know the other 4 people on the court is ready to do the same. So
obviously, this is another big win for you guys. You're coming close to the conference championship. Obviously, with how seeding works, you get buys if you're first or second or whatever. But talk about if that's, impacting how you're playing these teams. Is that in the back of your mind as you go?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can ask them too, but we're aware. We 100%. It's nice to be in the conversation because it's been years of establishing a culture and a group of guys believing in one another. I think we're trying to do a good job of staying in the moment. College athletics, I've said it before, college athletics, there's so much unknown. You can get caught up into this craziness. Why not cherish the moment and the time we have today? And let's just do it with this team as well. Like we want to stack 2 wins each week is what we've talked about. So we know we have 2 wins. Well, sometimes you have 4 games in 8 days, but that's another thing. You drive 7.5 hours and you get back at 6:30 in the morning. And then you have a whole group of crowd in the locker room with you before the game. But that's just part of what this team has done. But I think that we're aware that we need to stack a couple wins. You do take the 1 game at a time approach. But we don't talk about it a ton, but we also don't act like it isn't there, in my opinion.
After the loss on Thursday, what was your mindset going into this game? What adjustments did you guys talk about making?
I think one of the things that we needed to do is have better energy. We needed to play better together. This team's never a lack of. There's not a level of selfishness. There's not a level of, blame. We just didn't have we didn't have great. We had several illnesses. We had a lot of excuses that were not necessarily excuses. We had a lot of things that had taken place, and we didn't respond accordingly to it. And Tennessee Martin played well. So in a one-day prep, Coach A.T. Ingersthorpe had us on point. I thought they ran what we knew that they were going to run. We stayed in the office after that game, watched our Tennessee State game previously, watched their Eastern Illinois game, and we were ready to roll. And these guys absorbed it quickly. But we were frustrated, and we've always responded with this team.
And then for today, you mentioned some challenges that y'all had today, but are there any other challenges that you felt happened in this game? And what do you think the turning point?
What do you guys think?
That's
a good question.
Good one. That's a very good question.
That's a good question. We
actually.
have to think now.
The turning point. I think one of the biggest things is us being self-aware. Generally, it's just like the flow of the game. Sometimes you may not realize it, but I think with this team, I think the best thing for us is just being self-aware in the moments of just what's working for us. And I think we caught on to what was working, and I think we just stuck with it. And so I think that would be our growth as a team, is getting the ball rolling and whatever's working for us in that moment, just to stay in that lane and just keep working.
Already you talked about your dunk, and obviously not connecting on the play earlier, but
I dunked the ball too. I dunked the ball too. I stole it. Well, I'll tell you, he was passing the ball to dude, and he had just threw it on the floor, and then they both had ran away. And so I'm just like, give me the ball. I'm like, give me the ball.
Even the ref was like, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I've never seen nothing like that before.
I want to know how much pride you take on the work you do on the defensive end, because it was obviously game-changing tonight.
Honestly, well, with the lead changing back and forth, defense is what pushes our offense. And I feel like once our defense pushes our offense, nobody can stop us.
That simple.
There we go.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys.